Jim Quinn, 290 Aranio Drive, a proud 56-year resident of this great township. When I came here tonight, I'm just surprised that this is not something that everyone agrees on. Moving elections to November will save money, increase voter turnout, which in turn will improve municipal governance, increase safety in and around the schools on election day by reducing the number of elections. How can anybody be against that? It's a mystery to me. With the state law change in 2010, we have witnessed firsthand in West Orange that the Board of Education elections have gone off quite well. With increased turnout, and even in the first one, even in the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy. What have we learned from that? The Board of Ed saved money. We reduced chaos around the schools by eliminating the April vote. No partisanship seeped into that election, or both of those elections. When the Board of Ed voted to change the election in November, it was a non-issue without any objection.
I would like to say, first of all, on the, there was a reference made that the school board election, that there was no contention against the school board moving the election. In actuality, there were a lot of individuals at that board meeting that spoke out against it because the board did not give the public, or the public felt that they were not given fair warning that the board was going to do it. As soon as Christie signed the bill at the next meeting, they passed it, and a lot of people feel that the only reason that the board moved the election was to prevent the West Orange taxpayer from voting on the school budget. That's what a lot of people believe.
And that vote took away the ability for the taxpayers to vote on the budget, which represents in excess of 60% of our tax dollars. There must be something that I'm missing here, some other agenda underneath the surface at work here, because this seems to me to be a no-brainer. Over the past 20 years, I've heard my good friends Rosie Morelli and John Schmidt ask over and over again for the elections to be moved.
No individual comments. No comments about individual.
Over and over about elections to be moved to November, in writing and at the microphone time and time again. Now their position is we should have a vote to decide when we should vote. Something strange is going on here. Again, they were before it, before they were against it. What am I missing?
Economy, we all know that every penny counts, and I'm sure that Mr. Mayor present here tonight, he would appreciate what I'm about to propose. I understand that every election in town costs us around $100,000, and with $100,000 we can do a lot of things in town. And we would like to propose that to see if every member of the council would sign in for May election to be moved to November election, to January election. That would save us around $100,000 in town, and we would like to see if every one of you commit to that. It's a proposal. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone like to comment?
It's not $100,000,
No, it's
that's
not.
for sure.
It's
And
a
there's
problem.
not an election every year either. There's an election every other year, and I think we budget about, I want to say 40,000. Joanne, what
Municipal election, we budget about 80,000. I'm going to say in the past, we've spent about 77,000.
And that's
So
every
it's
other year.
every 2 years,
Right.
once every 2
So
years.
it's not that's not, with all due respect to the dollar's a dollar, but it's not that many.
So it's about $36,000, $37,000 a year that's
Or
going to
80,000 every other year.
Yeah,
is
same
the right
thing.
way to say it.
Right.
right? Ms. Morel, I'm sorry, Councilman.
I was just going to say, I think I've said it before, that I'm in support of moving it to the November election because it saves money. And I just want to be sure that we're able to maintain the nonpartisan nature of our elections. I think it's a real
That's the
benefit.
problem with it.
I have no problem with doing that. It saves money.
It has nothing-
pretty much
I mean-
a no-brainer, but the issue is nonpartisanship.
Right, and the problem with it is, I mean, I think everyone sitting up here wants to save money, but you're taking a nonpartisan election and putting it into a partisan election, and you kind of lose the concept, so that's my problem with it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to look into how Jersey City does it. I imagine they do it in a way that's similar to the way we do it. And as to the election, you said two things. You said no one can say that they're not political. An election's political. That's like the definition. But I think the issue is partisan. And, you know, I feel very strongly that the nonpartisan nature of our government helps us facilitate a better government. I really do believe that. When I talk to people around the state, other people elected locally, I get that a lot. And I think that's something that's strongly worth considering. Certainly with all due respect to the amount of dollars that could be saved. I do think that that's an important thing to consider. Partisan and political, two different things. So every election is going to be political, no matter when it's held. So I just wanted to comment on that. But thank you for your
Ms. Morelli, I believe I was just told from the clerk tonight that the school board election has been moved. Am I correct?
It's pending.
It's pending. It's pending.
Yeah, we're waiting on the Board of Elections to give us more information.
So there's a possibility that that might happen. It's pending.
It's pending. I can't comment.
Yeah, I can't, maybe I shouldn't have said that. I thought that it was passed,
No,
but
it's fine.
it's pending.
The governor signed it today. Each elected school board needs to now adopt it, and I understand our school board is going to post it on their next agenda.
Okay. And I mean, and I would certainly be in favor of that if that's going to be a saver. But again, like I said, my problem is with our elections, the way we're set up, it's nonpartisan. 20 people could run for council. It's not a Democrat and a Republican, and you know, I just don't like combining the nonpartisan government that we have in a partisan election.
It seems to me that there's only two possible reasons to be against saving taxpayer dollars, improving municipal governance, and improving the safety of school children. It seems to me there's one council person who's voted against this, Mr. Kukoviac. His typical style of council representation is to just say no. If the administration is for it, he's against it. Let me continue. So there's two reasons that someone could vote no against this. And I'm looking at Councilman Kukoviac for an answer. I read in a blog today in which the former mayor of Orange announced his intention to run for mayor, that Mr. Kukoviac is considering seriously running for mayor. And we've heard a great deal about the agenda and why is this happening now and why is this, this is a two-sided coin. So I think in terms of fairness and transparency, if Councilman Kukoviac votes against this, he should let us know if he's running for mayor. Maybe that's the reason for his position. Thank you.
Well, okay. It's not helpful. Any other?